Hey, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us at this virtual awards banquet for GSPE. Congratulations to all this year's winners. We do have a fun-filled event planned. We got some trivia, some gift card giveaways, so stay tuned for that. Before we get into that, I want to introduce the current GSPE Board of Directors, which include Graham Sizemore, which has two roles right now, President-elect and Vice President, Region 3. Jim Rimmich, who is our treasurer. Steve Strong, who you previously mentioned, he's our state delegate. Doug Brenner is our vice president of Region 1. Gail Seitz is our vice president, Region 2. Roger Grabmore is our past president. Joe D'Alessandro is our state director of the Atlanta Metro chapter. Laura Buchanan is our state director of Northwest chapter. And Betty Jean Jordan, who is our executive director. So I want to just thank those for their devoted time and servant leadership to GSPE for what they have done and what they will do for the association. On that note, if there's anybody looking to volunteer or want to get more involved in GSPE, I highly encourage you to check out our website at gspe.org. We're starting some new committees. So there's tons of opportunities. Just look on there, see if there's any that interest you. Reach out to the chair of that committee and just let them know your interest, and we'll take you on. On that note, let's get this thing started. We have a special guest, which Steve mentioned, Tricia Hatley, the current NSPE president. So on that note, thank you for joining us, Trish. Take it away.
Thank you. Good evening. Steve, do you have my slides up? Okay. Well, happy Engineers Week. I'm honored to be here with you at your Engineers Week banquet. In 1951, the National Society of Professional Engineers founded Engineers Week with the goal of calling attention to the contributions engineers make to society. And since then, the goal has expanded to include outreach to young students and a call to engage, educate, and inspire more children and young adults to consider engineering as a career. This year's theme, Imagine Tomorrow, couldn't have come at a better time. 2020 was a year of tremendous challenges, from COVID-19 to the unrest we saw with the social and racial injustice issues. We are ready to imagine a better tomorrow. And in many ways, we are realizing a better tomorrow today. And through the resilience and adaptability of our profession, and the innate desire to give back and protect the public health, safety, and welfare of our communities and the public, engineers are at the forefront of truly making the world a better place. National Engineers Week is a great time to remind ourselves of the role of the professional engineer in today's world. Engineering consists of solving the real-world problems of society through the use of machines, systems, materials, and processes. And while there are a variety of disciplines and specializations of engineering, all of them create solutions for human life and therefore have an inherent impact on society. Engineers are societal leaders. We are change makers with the skills to lead people to solve complex problems. And with this responsibility comes expectations. The public relies on the professional judgment of engineers, and PEs must regard their duty to the public as paramount. And the regulators who protect the public do so by setting standards of competence and conduct, ensuring that our license holders meet the standards and holding our practitioners accountable. And although our licensure system has served us well over the years, recent and persistent legislative, economic, and technological challenges have exposed shortcomings in the system. NSPE is actively working with our state societies and the Alliance for Responsible Professional Licensure and the NCEES and others to address these challenges and work towards solutions. Together, we can engage in the conversation and guide the path forward. NSPE needs you and your input to help us be effective. So we hope that you will join us in the conversation and make the profession brighter for those that follow us. Thank you for all that you do to represent and promote the profession during Engineers Week and every day.
Hello, my name is Kyle Titus, and I'd like to start by thanking those who nominated me for this award: Graham Sizemore, Rhonda Davis, Mitch Freeman, and Trey Wingate. This is an extremely high honor. I've reviewed previous recipients of this award and am supremely humbled to be in their company. I'm limited on time, however, I would like to thank several key individuals and mentors that have had everlasting impacts on my life. Firstly, Dr. Jeff Mulligan. Jeff taught us early in college that we were entering a professional field, and we should carry ourselves as such professionals. Dress well, speak clearly, and don't be afraid to say, "I don't know." David Russell imparted on me that if you don't believe in what you're doing and enjoy your career, then there is no amount of money that will ever change that. Frank Rebar educated me in the fact that although I was an engineer, I did not know everything. Listen, assess, and be firm but fair in your response. Thank you to Jim Teal for valuing my time and teaching me that I should value it too. Jim taught me that the best leaders serve those they lead, they don't manage them. To Steve K. Wood. Steve showed me that listening more than talking, collaborating with colleagues, and building strong relationships will carry you further in this industry than any engineering lesson or theory. Steve also made it clear that work was number two. Family was always number one. Thank you to Matt Slaughter for always being there to support me and provide guidance, for challenging me to continue to learn, and for trusting me in making decisions that affect so many on behalf of Columbia County. To my family, thank you, Dad, for the hard work ethic you instilled in me, and for teaching me to never ask anyone to do anything I wouldn't do myself. Thank you to my mother for teaching me my manners and respect. She would always say, "It's never yes or no. It's always yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir." And finally, to my wife, I would not be where I am today without you. You and our boys are everything to me, and everything I do is for you. Thank you all for your time, and thank you all for this prestigious award.
All right, good evening, everybody. I get the fun job tonight. I get to do trivia. And this is perfect for me because if I were a cat with 9 lives, I'd want to be a game show host in one of them. So this is how I can kind of do that. So I came up with these questions myself, and I'm borrowing the first one from my 9th grade geometry teacher, Mr. Koff. And a couple of things, y'all. When we do the trivia, you might want to have open a separate browser tab to menti.com. That is menti.com. And you'll see a passcode you need to enter. So go to that website, enter the passcode, and then you'll be able to answer the question. So I'm leaving it up to Steve. Steve should be showing you the first trivia question.
The code to type in is 1469744.
We'll give it.
We got one vote.
To okay, yeah, we'll give everybody a few seconds to log into the website, place your answer, and I'll give you a heads up. The other trivia questions are a little harder than this one. And on the real quiz back in the day, there were 5 choices. I did not list the other wrong choice, which is hydroplane. And Steve, I think I'm going to have to rely on you. Okay.
Looks like everybody knows the references of the ones that don't apply. So we know the age range.
So we're probably at about time, wouldn't you say? The answer is plane, P-L-A-N-E. Three non-collinear points determine a plane.
Which plane?
Plane. And with that, we'll go back to Steve for our next award.
When I received the note from Matt Tanner informing me that ASCE wanted to nominate me for Engineer of the Year in Industry, I was honored and humbled. I was also a bit surprised as this was not something that I had considered. I am still humbled and honored by this recognition from a group of people for whom I have the utmost respect. I appreciate the fact that you invite me into your offices on a recurring basis to talk about concrete paving and, by extension, the role of cement in pavement applications. Sometimes I talk to groups, other times these conversations are one-on-one. Topics are wide-ranging and may include solutions to challenges that arise on specific projects or new ways of looking at using an old material and many things in between. Concrete, after all, is an old product. As a building material, concrete has been used for over 2,000 years, with some of those structures still standing. As an industry, we are continually looking for new ways to make concrete and cement easier for you to use in project design. It's a job we could not do by ourselves. We could not do it without your willingness to allow us to share these new ideas or revisit concepts that have effectively stood the test of time. We also appreciate your willingness to provide feedback on the information we offer. It's great to hear when something works. It is helpful, equally so, or maybe more, to find out if something doesn't work and how it could be improved. Thank you for your ongoing support, the sharing of ideas, and for this generous recognition. I look forward to the future as we continue to grow our friendships and tackle new opportunities. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'll give them the instructions. Okay, hopefully everyone can hear me. The instructions here, we're going to be giving away some $50 Amazon gift cards. And to be eligible for the drawing, you need to correctly put into the chat box the following. Hashtag GSPE, all in uppercase. So hashtag GSPE1. And then we're going to have a random number generator to select from those. And also, once we do the generator, whoever gets it is going to need to email me so that I can email you back the gift card. That's how that'll work.
you heard of the thing as selective hearing?
Well, the thing is that we are engineers, and we're going to make it work one way or the other. Yes. Yes, we're calling time now, so we're about to do the random pick. Congratulations, James. James Mack. So James, if you would send an email to me at bettyjean@gspe.org. So bettyjean@gspe.org, and I will arrange getting your gift card to you. In case you all can't hear, we are about to do our next award.
Thank you, GSPE. I'm excited to be honored tonight with this great group of engineers across the state of Georgia. Being an engineer in private practice has enabled me to work with a lot of different communities across the state and look at a lot of different stormwater and water resources problems. When you look at things like flooding that's impacted someone's home or reduced the use of their property or caused public safety issues, and you're able to find a way to work around that and improve their everyday lives, it really shows the impact that a career could make. I'd also like to thank ASCE for the nomination for this award. Working with ASCE has been a key part of my professional career and a way to give back to the engineering community, and I've made a lot of great personal connections through the group. I'd also like to thank my employer, AECOM. Without their support and allowing me to stay engaged with the professional engineering societies like ASCE, I wouldn't be where I am today. And last but not least, I have to thank my family. Without your love and support at home, I would not be where I am today professionally or personally. Thanks, everyone.
All right, time for trivia question number 2. All right, this is a good one here. Let me read it to you. It says, according to the second law of thermodynamics, the blank of any isolated system always increases. Is it A, energy? Is it B, ennui? Is it C, enthalpy? Or D, entropy? Remember, log into menti.com, menti.com. And the code you need to put in is 2219717. It is on the top of the screen, but it's 2219717.
This one's a little bit harder.
I told you they were going to get harder.
Right. I wonder what the next one's going to be.
I'll give you a hint. Only one of the answers is correct. Yes. By the way, there was an Elon Musk quote fairly recently that was pretty good. He summarized 3 laws of thermodynamics like this. He said, you can't win, you can't break even, and you can't quit playing. Yeah, let's call it. Entropy. So, of course, the energy can't always increase because then we'd have perpetual motion machines. The ennui of my personal systems often increases, but that doesn't have anything to do with thermodynamics. Entropy that's the state of disorder of a system, so that's always increasing on a closed system. And that's entropy. Sorry, I skipped over enthalpy. Enthalpy is the total heat of a system. The correct answer is D, entropy. Back to you, Steve.
Good evening. I'd like to sincerely thank GSPE and ACEC for this wonderful recognition and for the chance to make a few remarks. The College of Engineering at the University of Georgia, and specifically Assistant Dean Dr. Stephen Durham, should first be commended for providing the opportunity for me and others to be involved with the American Society of Civil Engineers as students. It has been a tremendous honor to be a representative of UGA to the engineering community through this organization and to be a key force in the growth of our young student chapter these past few years. I'm extremely proud of how we have progressed, having ranked in the top 1/3 of all student chapters the past 3 years, and I am hopeful that the next generation of Bulldog engineers will continue to invest themselves in our profession and its positive impact through our student chapter. To my family and friends, I love you all dearly. Know that each of you have had a significant part in allowing me to be recognized today. However, none more than Jesus Christ. Thank you again to GSPE and ACEC for shining a light on my efforts as a student engineer and for the chance to show the great promise of engineering education at the University of Georgia. Thank you all, and go Dogs!
I will repeat that just to make sure. Okay. Just to repeat what Steve just said, for our second gift card drawing, this time in the chat box, you need to enter hashtag GSPE2. So GSPE all in uppercase, hashtag GSPE2. We'll give everyone a few minutes to enter that before we do another random drawing. And also to reiterate, whenever we finish this up in a few seconds, the winner, when we announce it, will need to email me your email address so that I can send you the gift card. And my email address, again, is DETTYJEAN@gspe.com. Excuse me, .org. BettyJean@gspe.org.
Beijing, what happens when you get 20 emails? What happens when you get 20 emails?
I'm writing down the correct person who's supposed to be sending me your email. And actually, I know who Mr. Mack
Good
is.
answer. Good answer.
Yes, yeah, I'm good on Mr. Mack, and then hopefully I'll know these other people too.
Hopefully you don't get any duplicates coming in.
Stevie still can't hear you on YouTube. So if you want to call it out in Beijing, repeat.
Okay, everybody, we're about to close it out, so let's do the drawing. I bet you that's our own Laura Buchanan. Laura Buchanan, the winner of our gift card number 2. Unless we have another Laura B. But whichever Laura B it is, please just send me an email and I will be happy to email you your gift card.
Congrats, Laura.
And with that, we'll move on to our next award.
Greetings and thank you to the Georgia Society of Professional Engineers for nominating me, Minkus Mays Jr. of Savannah State University, as your Engineering Technology Student of the Year. Once again, I'd just like to give thanks for those who nominated me, to the faculty who presented letters of recommendation for me, and to the friends and family that believed in me. If it was not for these people, I very well may not have been in the same situation I am. In that situation is the lucky and fortunate circumstance of having to choose between a doctoral program at MIT and Georgia Tech. Once again, I'd like to thank the Georgia Society of Professional Engineers for nominating me, Minkus Mays Jr., as your Engineering Technology Student of the Year. Thank you.
All right, ready for our next trivia question here. And as a reminder, it's menti.com, MENTI.com. Put in the code there you see at the top of your screen. And since I've got too many things going on here, maybe Randy can repeat that code for us. He did a good job of that before.
Okay, the code is 5680649. Get your codes in and vote.
A liquid at a high velocity discharges into a zone of lower velocity. An abrupt rise in the liquid surface occurs. This phenomenon is called what? Is it A, vortex, B, vertical leap, C, hydraulic jump, or D, confluence? My background or my specialty is hydraulics and hydrology, so that's why I had to throw in a hydraulics question.
Well, they do keep getting harder.
So,
getting a lot of responses quick.
Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, this is pretty cool. If y'all ever see this, the first time I ever really learned about it, I was in grad school. I mean, I'm sure I'd seen it along the way, but didn't know what it was called. And we went to the fluids lab at Georgia Tech and got to see this in a constructed channel. And I remember hanging out with my buddies, and sometimes we would go to, this is one of your answers. I don't know if it's the right one or not yet, but we used to go to the Vortex sometimes for lunch after class, which I thought was appropriate after fluid mechanics class. And we were really nerdy too.
Of course, you had the triple bypass burger while you were there.
I mean, we would joke about it because in hydraulics, in our fluid mechanics class, we learned about forced vortex and a free vortex. So we joke that if somebody makes you go to the vortex, it's a forced vortex. Ladies' night, it's a free vortex. So you think everybody's voted? Oh, looks like just about everybody got this one. It is a hydraulic jump. So the correct answer is hydraulic jump. Maybe that one was too easy. Well, now we're going to go back to our next award winner.
We are honored to be recognized as the Engineering Employer of the Year. Pond is a Georgia-grown company. Ever since our humble beginning in 1965, we have maintained our headquarters in metropolitan Atlanta. Over the years, we have grown into a thriving 550-plus person engineering firm with 20 offices across the world, including 4 to serve the state of Georgia. For more than 5 decades, we have been focused on giving back to our profession of engineering through service, education, and building the community we serve. Providing engineering solutions for more than 5 decades has provided many opportunities to show aspiring engineers how the profession impacts the world around us. From grade school STEM presentations and Introduce a Girl to Engineering events to collegiate internship programs, our engineers always take the opportunity to inspire the young imagination and provide discovery for the next generation of engineers. Additionally, Pond has a robust internal culture of learning and exploration to inspire engineers, strengthen client service, build team rapport, and cultivate leaders. Sometimes, our work in education needs to take a backseat to some fun. A primary driver of Pond's success has been through a work hard, play hard outlook, sponsored by our dynamic group of leaders who enjoy celebrating success. Pond's vision is to create lasting client relationships by enriching our community's quality of life through innovative, holistic, and cost-effective solutions. This pride and service is shown through our engineers and professionals. Thank you for recognizing their accomplishments and ambition by selecting Pond as the Engineering Employer of the Year.
Okay. All right, everybody, we are ready for our third gift card drawing. This time you need to enter into the chat box hashtag GSPE3. Hashtag GSPE3. And make sure the GSPE is all caps. We'll give everybody a few moments to put that in there. And again, we'll do another random number generator to select our winner. How's it looking on the responses? All right, y'all, we're going to call it, and in a moment, we'll tell you who the winner is.
Forgot to ask, are we eligible?
Pamela Little. Congratulations, Pamela Little. If you would send me an email, I will be happy to send you your gift card. And reiterate, it is bettyjean@gspe.org. BETTYJEAN. Great, so let's go on to our next award.
Hey guys, this is Raj. I'd like to thank Georgia Society of Professional Engineers for giving me this award, ASCE Georgia Section for nominating me, and my company Heath and Lambeck Engineers for encouraging me and giving me the time to do all this work. I'd also like to thank all my friends and colleagues at ASCE Georgia Young Members for helping me do all this work. So ASCE Georgia Young Members is a community for young engineers in the Atlanta area to meet and interact, and we do events to facilitate this. We also do some volunteer work such as STEM and student outreach to introduce children to science and engineering. We work with college students and build relationships with them to help them integrate into the professional community once they graduate. And finally, we also launched a diversity initiative to increase diversity in our engineering industry. So if you're interested in any of these and want to be involved, or just trying to find a community of engineers in Atlanta, you can find us at ASCE Georgia Young Members on Facebook or on Instagram. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, this will be our last trivia question. And remember, it's menti.com. Randy, would you mind reading the code for us at the top of the screen just to make sure everyone hears it? Oh, I think there's a lag. That's what it is, but it's going to be menti.com, MENTI.com. Code this time is
9006977.
Okay, so that's the code. And the question this time is, George Washington Carver promoted methods to improve soils, including planting nitrogen-fixing plants such as peanuts. He also developed hundreds of peanut products to encourage farmers to grow peanuts. Which of the following peanut products did George Washington Carver not invent? Is it A, plastics, B, milk, C, peanut butter, or D, cosmetics? I thought this was just a good history question, and also good because it's Black History Month, and a lot of people know that Dr. Carver did a lot with peanuts, invented a lot of peanut products, and he didn't just randomly do that. It was because he was trying to help rebuild the soils that were overused, overworked in the South, particularly in Alabama. And back then, we didn't have synthetic fertilizers, and the only way you could get nitrogen back in the soil was to plant nitrogen-fixing plants, legumes, and so forth, like peanuts. And so by coming up with all these uses for peanuts, that was to encourage poor farmers who were both black and white to improve the soils and improve their livelihoods as well.
This one's a little trickier. We got a variety.
That's what I was going to say. You can tell this one's the hardest one.
Especially when Betty Jean says it's peanut butter and no one guesses it.
And can y'all read the entire question? When the question was, which of the following did he not invent, or what product did not come from peanuts that he invented? I don't know if that whole question is showing up on the screen. Okay. Yeah, let me reread that just in case. The question was, he also developed hundreds of peanut products to encourage farmers to grow peanuts. Which of the following peanut products did George Washington Carver not invent? So it's which of those four did he not invent? I think we're good on time. And the correct answer is the one that I don't think anybody picked, which is peanut. Kind of a trick question. Everyone thinks George Washington Carver invented peanut butter, but he did not. There were actually several other peanut butter type concoctions that others in the same era invented. But that was not one. So those others, isn't that interesting? Cosmetics and milk and what did I say? Paints. That was the other one. Yeah. So hopefully everybody learned a little something tonight.
Hi, I'm Sonny Kim with the University of Georgia College of Engineering. I'm very honored and humbled to be receiving this award. As the first generation of Korean American who immigrated from South Korea, I'm deeply honored to be named Georgia Engineer of the Year in 2021. I'm truly grateful to my colleagues and students who have been inspiring me every day, and my families who gave me strength whenever I struggled. As a professional engineer, there are many more things to do as our infrastructures are becoming obsolete and sinkholes are taking place in urban areas. In addition, sea level rise and climate changes are threatening our salt marshes near the Georgia coastal area. To prepare for these threats, I will devote my researches and services to the safety and public welfare of Georgia's citizens. Finally, I would like to express my special thanks to the ASCE Georgia chapter and members for their strong support to win this award. Thank you very much.
All right, sorry, what's a Zoom meeting without somebody forgetting to unmute themselves? Okay, it's time for our last gift card giveaway. So again, you'll need to put in this time hashtag GSPE4, all caps again on GSPE. So hashtag GSPE4. A $50 Amazon gift card. And remember, once we announce the winner in a moment, that person, if you'll send me an email so I'll know where to send the gift card. And also, while we're giving everybody a moment to enter that, in case I forgot to mention earlier, which I think I did, to all of our award winners, first of all, congratulations. And I have mailed you all your plaques. So some of you may have received them already, some of you may not have. But rest assured they should be in your hands here very soon if they're not already. Okay, the entries seem to have slowed down, so we're about to do the drawing or the random number generator based on your responses.
can be the lucky one.
All right, congratulations to Nathan McDonald, the winner of the 4th gift card, McDonald. Nathan, please send me an email, bettyjean@gspe.org, and I will be happy to get that card to you.
Good evening. My name is Charlie Greer, and I'm very humbled and very honored to be receiving this Lifetime Achievement in Engineering Award from GSPE. I thank Matt Turner and the ASCE Georgia Section leadership for submitting my name. I also thank Joanne Tuttle, Jim Drinkard, Frank Lockridge, and Rick Boudreau for their letters of support in this nomination process. A great debt of gratitude goes to my wife Sarah and children Rachel, Nathan, Rebecca for their patience in all the missed events, school trips, and vacations and the like. It seems like I always got the emergency projects where you had to run out of town to take care of everything for clients. When I moved from the Atlanta branch to another part of the company in law, the Atlanta branch gave me a clock which made me chairman of the board and of the AAA club, and that was the Any Client, Anywhere, Anytime club. And that kind of epitomizes how my career has been. But I also remind people as they go through life that your life and your career can change on big time on small decisions, and small decision was one that changed my career and direction. When I was graduating from the University of Illinois, getting my master's degree in civil engineering, I had signed up for interviews at the engineering placement office. And I'd never been in an interview, and so I thought I looked for the first firm that said anything about geotechnical engineering, which is what I wanted to do. And there was this law engineering in Atlanta, Georgia. And I figured, well, there's no way I'd ever move to law in Atlanta. And so I signed up on a lark to see what an interview was like. Ken Seifert did the interview, and about halfway through it, he asked me, what do you want to do in 5 years? And I said, well, design airport pavements. He looked at me like I was crazy. And so I thought, well, I won't say that in the next interviews. And a few weeks later, a letter arrived asking me to come to Atlanta for a office interview. And I thought, well, I've never been to Georgia. I'll go down and see what it's like and see what law has to offer. So I came down, went through the interview process, subsequently got an offer to come to Atlanta. And I thought, well, the weather was pretty nice. I'll take it and see what happens. So after engineer officer basic course at Fort Belvoir, I came to Atlanta in May of 1973, and I'm still here 48 years later. So sometimes a small decision that you don't think is going to impact things has a big impact. I've been fortunate enough over my career to work on all kinds of projects in a wide range of disciplines, and I tell people that I have been fortunate enough to work on a once-in-a-lifetime project about every 10 years. And the first of those was the Atlanta Airport, worked on reconstruction of the runway. That runway is still in service over 45 years later. And that led to countless projects over the next 42 years that I just have worked on for a long, long time. The second involved the move of 2 nuclear reactor pressure vessels across 46 miles of state, county, and private roadway up in northeast Tennessee. There, the pressure vessel and the support trailer each weighed 3 million pounds, and the way it was moved is you put 384 tires under it. Quite an interesting move. The next project, and the third, was probably the pinnacle of all the projects. It was the relocation of the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. The lighthouse was built in 1870. It's about 200 feet tall, weighs an estimated 10 million pounds. And we moved it across 2,900 feet of loose dune sand for the Park Service, set it on a new foundation, and we used 100 100-ton rollers sitting on 100 industrial jacks and pushed it to the new location. So I've been fortunate enough to work on just all kinds of projects. I'd like to also thank all the engineers, technicians, drillers, support staff, scientists that I've worked with over the years that helped make all these projects possible. To these folks, I also say a big thank you. I encourage everyone to give back to their profession by giving forward, volunteer in your technical and associations, give talks at the schools to give students the benefit of your experience and your mistakes. And with that, I say thank you to everyone. Thank you.
That brings us to the end of our program. Thank you all for joining tonight. Before we sign off, I'd like to end with just a few closing remarks. One, I'd like to apologize for some of the technical difficulties tonight. Two, I'd like to thank Steve Strong for everything he did getting this together. He was our random selector for the giveaways. He was the MC and also the technical guru. So thank you for everything, Steve. Also, please remember to like and subscribe. If you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified whenever we have an upcoming event. And I'd also like to say that I'm very excited to be the president-elect for the year 2021. I look forward to everything that this year has in store. And also, I'm excited to be serving on the board with all of my other fellow board members. Second to last, congratulations to all the award winners. I know a lot of hard work from all of you. It went into winning these awards this year, and just super proud of all y'all. So good job. And last, thank you to all the viewers who tuned in tonight. Hope you have a good evening.
Thanks, everybody. Good evening.
Good night. Thank you, everyone.